Welcome. You've joined us for what should be a really fascinating exploration here on the Deep Dive.
Hi there.
So you sent over L'Oreal's 2024 annual report, and it's quite the document, really comprehensive.
It really is.
And our mission today really is to pull out the most important bits, the interesting insights for you. We want to give you a clear sense of how they did last year and, where they're headed.
Absolutely. It covers so much ground. I mean, we're talking financials, obviously, but also their sustainability work, brand highlights, strategy. It's the whole picture, really, for you.
Exactly. And just to set the scene for you, L'Oreal is, well, the #1 beauty company globally.
That's right, based on the latest WW rankings for 2023 sales.
And the scale is just huge. Over 90,000 employees, operations in over 150 countries.
And 37 global brands under their umbrella. It's massive.
Incredible. Okay, let's unpack this. Where do we start? Maybe the big picture. Overall performance and strategy for 2024.
Sounds good. Yeah, in 2024, L'Oreal described their performance as solid and balanced growth.
Okay, what does that look like in terms of numbers for you?
Well, the key figures are pretty strong. Sales hit $43.48 billion.
Wow.
Which is up 5.1% on a like-for-like basis. That basically strips out, currency swings and acquisitions to give you a clearer view of the core business.
Underlying performance.
Exactly. And the reported growth was 5.6%. What's really interesting, I think, is the operating profit. It reached $8.69 billion. That's a jump of 6.7%. And it pushed their operating margin to a record 20%.
20%. In beauty, that's really notable, isn't it? Suggests they're managing costs well, maybe have strong pricing power.
Precisely. Yeah, it's a very strong figure for the industry.
And it sounds like the success is being shared with investors too, right? For you, if you hold shares.
That's right. They've got a history of growing their dividend. For 2024, they're proposing $7 per share.
Which is up
6.1%. And they also have this loyalty bonus system. If you're a registered shareholder holding shares for a certain period, you could get an extra 10% on that dividend.
Encouraging long-term holding. Smart.
Yeah, it seems to be.
So the financials paint a pretty healthy picture, but the report also talks a lot about their purpose.
Yeah.
What's driving L'Oreal beyond just the bottom line for you?
Yeah, they're very clear about their core purpose. Create the beauty that moves the world.
Okay, quite a statement.
It is. And they break it down a bit, emphasizing 5 principles: quality, efficacy, safety, sincerity, and responsibility. These seem to be, the bedrock for everything they do.
And how does that translate into actual strategy? What are the main pillars guiding their business for you, the consumer?
They outline 3 main strategic pillars. First is beauty for each.
Meaning
Meeting all the diverse beauty needs and aspirations out there, different categories, different places you shop, different price points. They really stress understanding individual preferences.
like tailoring skincare for different ethnicities or climates, perhaps.
Exactly that kind of thing. It's about acknowledging diversity in beauty for you.
It makes sense given their global reach and all those brands they offer you. What's pillar number 2?
Second is a huge focus on innovation. They're investing over €1 billion every year in R&I.
€1 billion.
Yeah, with around 4,000 researchers. And there's a big emphasis now on what they call green sciences. So sustainable research and beauty tech.
Beauty tech. Using technology to enhance products or the experience for you.
Exactly. Think AI, diagnostics, personalized tools. They're actively looking at bio-based ingredients too, moving away from traditional ones. That's the green science part.
Innovation is definitely crucial in beauty. Got it. And the third pillar, what ties it together for you?
The third is what they call their agile multipolar model.
Okay.
Think of it as a flexible global network. It lets them adapt quickly to changes in different markets. It covers all their regions, categories, price points, distribution channels, everything. And it gives local teams a good deal of autonomy.
So, big but flexible, designed to serve your needs wherever you are. Got it. The report also mentions some acquisitions and investments in 2024. Anything significant there for you to know about?
Absolutely. Some strategic moves. They picked up the Miu Miu fragrance and the beauty license.
Interesting. High-end fashion connection.
Yep. And they acquired Dr. G, which is a Korean skincare brand. They also took minority stakes in companies like Galderma, Amouage, the luxury fragrance house, and even Jacquemus.
Wow, quite diverse moves. What's the thinking there broadly?
It seems aimed at broadening their appeal, reaching different types of consumers like you, and feeding into that big ambition they have. serving 2 billion consumers within the next decade.
2 billion. That is a huge goal. Okay, let's shift gears slightly. Something that's increasingly important to you, I know, and everyone, sustainability and social responsibility. L'Oreal makes some big claims here.
They certainly do. They talk about a dual excellence approach.
Ooh, excellent.
Yeah, basically aiming for strong economic performance and positive social and environmental impact for you, side by side. It's structured through their big program called L'Oreal for the Future, which kicked off in 2020.
Okay, L'Oreal for the future. What are the main focuses within that program that you should be aware of?
It rests on 3 pillars. Pillar 1 is reducing our impact: climate, water, biodiversity, resources. The usual environmental footprint stuff.
Right. Minimize the negatives.
Pillar 2 is empowering our ecosystem. That means getting suppliers, partners, even you as a consumer, involved in sustainability.
Bringing others along. And the third.
Third is contributing to solving global challenges. So tackling bigger issues that go beyond just their direct operations.
Okay, sounds comprehensive. Does the report give concrete examples of progress in 2024 for you? Numbers?
Oh yes, plenty of numbers. On the environment, 97% renewable energy for their own sites.
That's high.
53% of their industrial water was recycled or reused. 66% of ingredients and formulas were bio-based or from circular processes.
Bio-based or circular, okay.
92% traceability for their bio-based ingredients back to sustainable sources.
Yeah.
76% of industrial waste recycled or reused. And 49% of their plastic packaging is now refillable, reusable, recyclable, or compostable.
Those are some pretty specific and, frankly, impressive figures. It suggests a real effort. What about the S in ESG, the social impact on communities like yours?
Good question. Socially, they report 4.5 million people benefited from their brand's social programs in 2024.
4.5 million.
How? Through various brand initiatives like the stand-up program against street harassment, we'll probably touch on later. Also, 71,349 people from disadvantaged communities got access to employment via L'Oreal initiatives.
Okay, tangible employment impact.
And they highlight the L'Oreal Fund for Women. Since 2020, it's allocated $70 million to support vulnerable women. In 2024 alone, it helped 2.2 million women and girls.
That's significant reach. It sounds like these efforts are getting noticed externally, too.
Yes. They mentioned achieving the EcoVadis Platinum Medal. That puts them in the top 1% globally for environmental and social performance, according to EcoVadis.
Platinum. That's the highest tier, right?
It is. They also launched the Solstice Fund, $50 million to help their industrial partners decarbonize, plus specific programs like Hairstylists for the Future, focusing on salons.
Right. Water saving, recycling in salons affects your local hairdresser.
Exactly. And the L'Oreal Act for Dermatology, a $20 million investment over 5 years to improve skin health access globally for people like you.
It really does seem embedded across the business. Okay, let's switch again. Innovation and technology, another area they really emphasize for improving beauty for you.
Yeah, as we said, R&I is core. That billion-euro investment drives it. The focus now is strongly on those green sciences for sustainability and beauty tech for better products and personalized experiences for you.
Any specific outcomes from all that R&D mentioned in the report, things you might actually see or use?
Definitely. They filed 694 patents in 2024 alone.
Wow, that's a lot. Almost 2 a day.
Yeah, it shows the pace. They're using AI quite heavily now to boost research capabilities. And for you, the consumer, they highlighted L'Oréal Paris's Beauty Genius tool in the U.S.
Beauty Genius.
It's a personal beauty assistant powered by generative AI. It gives you personalized advice, product recommendations, that kind of thing, trying to tailor your beauty routine.
AI beauty advice.
That's
Definitely feels like the future, changing how you might choose products. Any other tech highlights impacting your experience?
Well, on the operations side, they showcase their Suzhou Smart Fulfillment Center in China. Highly automated, capable of shipping 50 million parcels a year.
Faster deliveries for you, potentially.
Exactly. And product-wise, they feature the Airlight Pro hairdryer.
Oh, yeah, developed with Zuby.
That's the one. Uses infrared light tech. Claims faster drying, less damage, less energy use for you.
Interesting. Less damage is always good.
And scientifically, a big highlight was Melaseal TM.
Melaseal.
It's a new molecule they developed and patented multiple times. It targets hyperpigmentation, dark spots, uneven skin tone.
Ah, a common concern for many people like you.
Very common. And there's already new products from L'Oréal Paris, the glycolic bright range, and La Roche-Posay's Mela B3 line. So a direct R&D to product benefit for you.
That's a great example of the innovation pipeline. Fascinating. Now, L'Oreal has these distinct divisions catering to different parts of the market, different needs you might have. Can we quickly run through the highlights for each?
Sure, four main divisions: consumer products, luxe, dermatological beauty, and professional products.
Okay, let's start with consumer products, the big household names you probably use.
Right. Brands like L'Oréal Paris, Garnier, Maybelline saw solid growth, plus 5.4% like-for-like. They mentioned successful launches like the Garnier Vitamin C Daily UV Fluid and L'Oréal Paris Glycolic Bright Serum using that Melisil we just talked about.
Okay.
L'Oréal Paris also strengthened its position with launches like the Panorama Mascara. And importantly, they highlighted the stand-up program against street harassment.
Ah, yes, the social impact piece again. How many people have they trained with that?
The report says 3.5 million people trained globally since it launched. So, significant reach for an issue affecting you and your communities. Also noted good growth in Latin America, especially Lviv in Brazil.
So, strong performance, key launches, and that social commitment clearly visible there. What about Luxe, the high-end brands you might treat yourself to?
Luxe division think Lancôme, YSL, Armani Beauty grew 2.7% like-for-like. They're still the leader in fine fragrances globally.
Which fragrances were called out?
Bestsellers like YSL's Libre and MYSLF, Product Paradox, Valentina's Born in Roma, a lot of strong performers. And the big news was securing that Miu Miu license we mentioned earlier.
Right, expanding the portfolio.
Exactly. And a key trend here is the push towards refillable options across their luxury brands, something you might value for sustainability, maybe even cost over time.
Refills are definitely gaining traction with consumers like you. Okay, on to dermatological beauty. This seems like a hot area, offering solutions for specific skin concerns you might face.
Very much so. This division includes brands often recommended by dermatologists, like La Roche-Posay, CeraVe, Vichy. It's a really impressive growth, plus 9.8% like-for-like.
Nearly 10%. What's driving that?
Partly the success of La Roche-Posay's Mela B3 range with Melasil. Also, CeraVe continues its strong run, being the #1 recommended moisturizer brand by U.S. dermatologists. Growth is strong in emerging markets like India, too.
And they're focusing on inclusivity here.
Yes, they highlighted the L'Oréal Universal Dermatology of All Colors initiative, trying to ensure their research and products cater to the diverse skin health needs of everyone, including you. Mention Vichy's Durco shampoo as an example of inclusive innovation.
Very important work. Okay, finally, professional products, the salon side of things.
Professional products Kerastase, L'Oréal Professionnel, Redken brands you'd find in salons grew 5.3% like-for-like. Their strategy is omni-channel, being wherever stylists are online and offline.
Right.
They flagged the Hairstylists for the Future program again, supporting sustainability in salons. And the trend towards premium hair care is boosting them with innovations like Kerastase Premier and L'Oréal Professionnel, Absolute Repair Molecular.
And water saving.
Yeah, the L'Oréal Water Saver Showerhead initiative in salons saved 461 million liters of water since 2023, apparently. A direct environmental benefit in your local community salon.
It's really insightful seeing how all these different parts contribute, serving so many aspects of beauty that you engage with. Before we wrap up, the report also stresses ethics and culture. How foundational is that for them?
Very foundational, it seems. They constantly refer back to their core ethical principles: integrity, respect, courage, transparency. These are guided by their detailed code of ethics. They see it as crucial for long-term success and building trust with you and everyone.
And how does that play out internally for their employees who might be part of your community?
Significant investment in employee development. They identified key future skills data, AI particularly, and are training their workforce. They have their long-running sharing care policy for employee welfare globally.
Sharing care?
Yeah, covers health, parenthood, quality of life at work. They even launched an alliance in 2024 to encourage other companies to adopt similar high standards.
Interesting. Try to lift the bar industry-wide.
Seems like it. They also reported a 79% employee engagement rate, which is quite high. Received 1.3 million job applications last year. And they make a point of the 25,000 jobs they offer each year for people under 30, providing opportunities in your communities.
Those numbers do suggest a pretty positive internal culture. Okay, as we finish this deep dive into L'Oréal's 2024 report for you, what are the main takeaways? What should you remember?
I think for you, the listener, a few key things stand out. First, their ability to deliver strong financial results, that resilience even when things globally are a bit turbulent.
Right, that 20% mark.
Exactly. Second, that deep commitment to sustainability and social responsibility. It's not just talk. The report shows concrete actions and progress that affect you and the planet.
Mm.
Third, the relentless focus on innovation, green science, beauty tech, positioning them to really shape the future of beauty products you'll use.
And Melisil is a prime example.
Precisely. And finally, the strength that comes from their diverse portfolio and that agile model. They can cater to so many different needs and adapt quickly, serving your specific beauty aspirations.
Absolutely. And it all seems to tie back to that purpose statement, doesn't it? Create the beauty that moves the world. It feels like they mean moves in multiple ways emotionally, but also moving things forward, having a positive impact that reaches you.
Exactly. Everything we've discussed, financials, ethics, sustainability, innovation, seems aligned with that central idea of being a positive force, ultimately shaping your choices and experiences in beauty.
So a final thought for you, the listener. Thinking about L'Oreal's big investments in both technology like AI and in sustainability, what do you think will be the most transformative force shaping the future of the beauty that you experience every single day? It's definitely something interesting to chew on.
Great question to end on.
Thanks for joining us for this deep dive.